Hey everyone, this is Emily. I'm going to do a bonus video this week. I came across something while handicapping Gulfstream Park and the Grade 3 MARSHUAS River. So again, with all my handicapping, we're starting at the favorite. So the favorite is number 7, Isabella Sings. And what I noticed right off the bat with this horse, she's the number 7 here, is she's a front-running horse and she's in a contentious quadrant 1. So we've got 4 horses in quadrant 1. Not an incredibly high speed rating. It's a rating of 30, but we still have 3 horses that are positioned over the line. So that tells me that there's a contentious pace that could be a little bit hot on the front end. We designate that symbol when there's a contention, so contention again meaning those horses in quadrant 1, with that fire symbol. So when I went over to her grid, and I kind of have this pulled up, all of our examples here, I have her, Isabella Sings, pulled up, just her PPs for the moment. And I'm looking over at the contention rating. This is the quad 1. She's never raced in a fire contention. So I found that really interesting. Most of her races, snowflake, snowflake and sun designation. So first time in that hot contention. Like, okay, that's interesting. Let's look at those wins. So I'm going to pull out all those wins. Everything up here can be filtered, so we're just going to enter a 1. This will sort out her wins. Let's pull out that 12, actually. Let's go less than or equal to 1. Should drag that out. All 7 wins pop up. Alright, so then what I wanted to do was I wanted to look back at her plots and just kind of see how soft those paces were, because it looks like she's, on the lead lone for most of these races, except for that Monmouth race. So let's kind of see. The way that you do that is you scroll over, and then in this box here, the OP, this is the OptixPlot for that race. So before that race was run. And you'll just double click on that. New tab pop up. And that'll give us the OptixPlot. So we can see, she won the race. I can click on the results tab. There she is. Isabella Sings, number 8. How many horses in quadrant 1? She's the only horse in quadrant 1. So, lone. Very interesting. Even though our plot fit red, contention, snowflake, all alone in quadrant 1, lone trip. Okay, so let's go back, look at today. Very different scenario, right? Interesting. Alright, so from there, I believe I pulled these in order. So we'll look at that Monmouth race next. This is kind of working from top to bottom. Have it already sorted for results. Number 2, Isabella Sings. As far as other horses in quadrant 1, we really only have one other horse in there. 8 a little bit on a front runner, but you can see she's further down, quadrant 1, quadrant 3, mostly quadrant 3. Alright, let's keep going. So again, another lone trip. Shows off 2 in the results graph. Lone, all the way, wire to wire. Next race, again, how many horses in quadrant 1? 1 and 2 halves if we're really being picky, but for the most part lone. Our results graph, the number 8, Isabella Sings. We'll go over to Churchill. Now this race at Churchill, we have a little bit more contention in quadrant 1. There's 4 horses that are completely in quadrant 1, and then the 7 and the 14 that are in there. But I think the results graph is really telling on this. So she's the number 10, and I'll just scroll over at the first call, and you can see she's alone on the lead, lengths behind 0. And then the horse second, Celestine, 2 lengths behind. So she's got a 2-length lead. 2.5 lengths back, 4 lengths back, pretty spread out field. 5 lengths, 6 lengths, 6.1. So they're bunched up in the back. She's still got that. Again, still a 2-length lead at the half mile. Third call. Starting to close the gap, but still 1.5 lengths out in front. Tightening up a little bit. Still lone. On lone. 2.5 lengths back. So first away. So again, even though she had somewhat of a contention in quadrant 1, was still able to work out a lone trip. We'll go next to Monmouth. Couple other horses in there, small field. She is the number 2 horse. They ran 1-2, kind of no surprise there. And then the other win. Again, only one other horse in quadrant 1. So we have a scenario where you have a favorite that could be vulnerable today based on the pace scenario. First time with the fire contention, other horses in qual. Some horses, I want to scroll over and just kind of make sure these horses are front runners. They've won, you know, kind of on the lead, that they're doing their running style. We have some EP 7, 8, 9. Again, kind of scrolling down, you can see some EP types. I sorted this on surface because the 9 and the 10 here are both MTOs, but the 9 drops out, and then the 10 just doesn't really tell us much as far as a pace factor, so we can easily kind of pretend that horse isn't there. Alright, good luck today playing this race. Again, this is just kind of more of a handicapping technique than a full assessment of this race, but very interesting. Very interesting to see how this race plays out and what kind of trip this Isabella Sings will get today. Alright, thanks for watching.